What is going on, guys? Taylor Stuber with Locks DFS.com, bringing you my locks and sleepers for this 4-game Thursday NBA slate. Coming to a 4-game slate from a 10-game slate, a lot less stressful, you would think, as long as there's no injuries coming out like 20 minutes before lock, because yesterday, I swear, was one of the most stressful locks of all time, and then getting it out to you guys, getting out the optimized lineup. But yeah, we're back on the winning track. We lost one night, won 8 before that, so we've won 9 of the past 10 nights. Hockey for locks has won 13 of 14 with Addy. College basketball has won both slates that have been available so far, so we're killing it right now. If you want to go grab that month pass, all access, you can play every sport with us, and I promise you we kill every sport: NBA, NHL, NFL, soccer, golf. I mean, golf, I've won 9 of the past 10 weeks. It's crazy. But yeah, as always, please follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Yesterday I couldn't really get to many questions just because I was in my members only Slack chat, getting you guys the new lineups and stuff with the tragic news and the George Hill news. It made everything really complicated at the end, but nonetheless, we came away with a victory. So it was a good day for locks. So let's just get into it. Only 4 games on the slate. This is what really was bizarre to me when I first saw this. So I'm expecting Westbrook to be out. I would be surprised if they rushed him back with a sprained ankle. That this game, the Rockets were only favored by 3 at open. I mean, it moved to 4, which makes sense. But the thing that was even more weird was that the over-under was only 214. And it's crazy because this 20% of bets. Here, let me make my screen a bit smaller so you can see. Only 20% of the bets are on the under, and it has the same amount of money as this 80%. So that means the sharp money's on the under, keeping it at 214. So this is kind of a stay away game for me. Unless Westbrook plays, but if he doesn't play, I'm staying away from Paul George. He doesn't really handle the ball all that much when Westbrook's out. It's basically Schroeder. I always fuck up his name. But Schroeder's the guy I still like. I mean, they didn't really bump up his price at all. They bumped it up from 6.4K to 7K. If Westbrook misses, it's a must play for me. And then on DraftKings, there's a play we're going to talk about later. He's 7K still, so I still like his price on both sides. The goal of tonight is to try to fit in Giannis, so I don't know if he'll fit into my build just yet, but I like those guys a good bit. I'm avoiding this game. Celtics, too many pieces when they're completely healthy, and the Suns, I mean, if there was ever going to be a blowout, it would be this game. Don't really have much trust in the Suns right now. I just read this article about how they're passing more than any team in the league right now, and that really is a huge downgrade for Devin Booker, because a lot of the times last year you would just see Devin Booker take the ball up the court and then create his own shot. But now that they're passing more, spreading it around with guys like Trevor Ariza and Ryan Anderson now on their team, it really complicates things and takes a big hit to guys like DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. Now, this is a game I'm more interested in, this Clippers-Portland game. I feel like I talk about it on my Twitter all the time and in my videos. This backcourt for the Clippers is insane defensively. Now that Avery Bradley's out, they're going to be playing Patrick Beverley and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a ton of minutes. You saw last game when Avery Bradley missed. Patrick Beverley played 39 minutes. Now, he's not the highest fantasy points per minute guy, but Dame Lillard, he's going to be covered by Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum for the majority of the game, and they're not very good defenders whatsoever. And if he's going to be playing 35, 36 plus minutes, he's worth every penny of this 4.5K tag, and he's even cheaper over here on DraftKings at 3.8K. This is my biggest lock of the slate. I don't know how popular he will be. I could imagine it's only a 4-game slate, so I bet he'll be in between 50 to 15 to 20% on both sites, but it's kind of just like a lock for me. I don't see how you don't play them. Or play Patrick Beverley. And then I really wouldn't mind playing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because as of right now, there's really not that much value, and these guys just scream value to me. I think he played 25 minutes last game without Avery Bradley, but he's a lot higher fantasy points per minute guy than Beverley. So if he can somehow get within 7 or 8 minutes, he can put up similar numbers as Patrick Beverley. Boban's price has been coming up. Hasn't been doing all that great. Gortat missed his second straight game with like a healthy scratch. He doesn't have an injury. He's just out of the rotation right now. They're just straight up playing Harrell and Gortat or Harrell and Boban. And I should have brought up the popcorn machine because I was looking at it last night. The last 2 games, they don't play Harrell and Boban together. They haven't played a single minute together these last 2 games. And they might not have the entire year, but I just looked at the last 2 games with no Gortat, and they just strictly play the 5. And in this game, you would expect them to have Boban out there against a guy like Nurkic and Zach Collins. So I like his upside. Obviously, he could crush this price tag, but they moved him all the way up to 5.4. I'm more interested in him on DraftKings or on FanDuel rather at 5.4K, the same price, but on over here that's a lot cheaper. So I like Boban a good bit. Harrell's not that bad of a play because if he gets hot, they just tend to leave him out there on the court and they close with him a lot. Boban doesn't really ever close games, and that's one of the worries about playing him. But if he's playing 24 to 25 minutes, it's kind of hard to not look at him. So yeah, I like that. And the opposing center, Yusuf Nurkic, in the same vein as Beverly and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being so good defensively, I think they might defer to Nurkic a little bit more, who garners a ton of usage regardless. But if Dame and CJ are struggling to get their shot up against Beverly and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nurkic could have a field day because the other guys that start with him don't really take that many shots. And Montrezl Harrell would struggle to cover him, and then Boban's not that great defensively. Could get Boban in foul trouble. So yeah, there's a lot of routes you could go in that game. I really like that game, but the game I like even more is this Warriors Bucks game. The fact that and this is another thing with the Vegas voting. This 19% of votes on the Bucks to cover the spread is the money in this is equal to the money of this 81% of people's money. So these people are betting a lot more money. These are the sharp people. They think the Bucks are gonna stay with them, and with no Draymond Green, it's a real big hit to the defensive rating. And you can't, and I should have brought up the pace too, but it's a huge pace up spot for the Warriors. Bucks I believe, are 4th in the league in pace. Big Giannis spot for sure here. But it's the value that I'm just like drooling over. It's CJ McCollum at 5.7K, and I think he's 6.8K over here on FanDuel. Yeah, 6.8K. I don't really understand it. Well, I do understand why his pricing is like that. And if you could just go through the game logs and you can look, every game is a blowout for the Bucks. And if they project this game to stay even remotely close, he's going to play 34, 35 minutes. And all of the games that the Bucks have played that have stayed within 11 points this year, he's averaged 35 fantasy points per game. He is a 1.09 fantasy points per minute kind of guy, and if you project him to get 34, 35 minutes, he's going to score 37 fantasy points. He would project for that. And at 5.7K, and you don't have him, you're going to be behind the field, I would assume, because this guy is probably going to be kind of chalky. If he's not, I mean, we're going to absolutely eat today. Another guy is Middleton. He's a 1.19 fantasy points per minute kind of guy. And if we look at the usage, he has a 23.7% usage rating, which is pretty high considering for this Bucks team when all the usage goes to Giannis at 33.6%. Bledsoe is only at 19.9%, but like I said, he does everything. He gets rebounds, steals. In a super fast-paced game like this, he's going to get those defensive stats, a ton of steals, blocks. He's good at doing that kind of stuff. Did I mess that up? So his usage isn't really needed all that much. And his fantasy points per minute is telling at 1.09. If he gets the minutes, he's going to get 30 plus fantasy points. I can almost guarantee that. And at these prices, why would you not play that? And Giannis, it's just an obvious play for me. He's only 800 more than Durant, but his usage is so much higher, rebound rate so much higher, assist rate higher. His steals and blocks are finally ticking up, positively regressing to what they were last year. And I'll say it again, with Brook Lopez there, he spreads out the court and he boxes out, just like Steven Adams does for Westbrook. And it's just going to raise the ceiling and the floor of Giannis's rebounds, and everyone's rebounds for that fact, for Bledsoe, for Middleton. Really like Giannis here. I think the goal of today's slate is to fit in Giannis, and with guys like Beverly, Bledsoe, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's going to be pretty easy because I like a lot of the plays in the mid-range. But like always, if you like this video, please subscribe, please like, please comment below. I will be giving away a couple of my favorite plays throughout the day on my Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Link is in the description. Good luck tonight, and until next video, peace.